One of the things that we love about Lemons is that it gives people an excuse to build weird cars they've always wanted but never had the excuse to own.
Yeah, we like that because we aren't the ones having to deal with building a weird car.
Well, yes.
Now, one of those weird cars that you should definitely build for Lemons instead of a Miata or a BMW is an Opel. Now, some Europeans might be thinking, an Opel isn't that weird, but here in the States, they were only sold for a relatively brief time, and the last one sold new here, which was actually a rebadged Isuzu, like 40 years ago.
But thanks to Lemons people, aka total weirdos, we've seen a pretty impressive number of Opels in Lemons. As of today, we haven't seen but one Chevy celebrity, but Opels, a dozen.
Now, the king of weird Lemons Opel people is probably Mike Meyer, builder and team captain of the Tiny Vet Opel GT. Mike's always encouraging other folks to race Opels and Lemons, and so far he's convinced at least one team to actually do it.
That team, called Opel-lessly Devoted, started when their team captain Eric was dragged by Mike Meyer to a rural collector, aka totally weird Opel hoarder in the mountains, to look at an Opel sedan that had Lemons potential.
And it turned out that Lemons potential really meant so rusty that it was no longer technically a car.
But just over there, underneath about 2 feet of manzanita bushes, was another Opel. This one, a 75 1900 sport wagon. 4 flat tires, no glass, no engine, no transmission. Keep in mind, this was the better of the 2 options they were looking at.
Well, initially the wagon wasn't really an option at all. Predictably, the rural collector told them that it wasn't for sale, he was going to restore it, all that usual stuff.
But, as is often the case with these Lemons deals, when you're up in the mountains, you've got $500 in a trailer, all you need to do is make a subtle reference to, maybe we'll just go ahead and leave with this empty trailer and never come back here ever again. Suddenly, the seller will be like, wait, maybe we can make a deal.
So after some threats of leaving and 6 hours of chainsaw work to free the Opel from the manzanita bushes, the car was winched onto the trailer and Team Opel-lessly Devoted was born.
So Mike from the Tiny Vet has talked Eric into this Opel wagon idea, and now he's effectively got an Opel shell that's a long way from becoming a race car.
This is where Mike says, well, see you later, isn't it?
Well, see you later.
No, of course not. That's the thing about the Lemons community. We share all of our horrible ideas together. Mike rallied a bunch of other Lemons folks to donate their time to help with the build, and also reached out to the online Opel community to help with parts and expertise.
Now, here's the best part. For several years, Lemons has had its own display section at the Sacramento Auto Show. These guys decided to build the car from the abandoned shell all the way to Lemons' ready race car during the show. Cage fabrication, engine install, it all happened at the show. Online parts house Opel GT Source donated some bits, a complete engine, transmission was bought from a retired racer in Minnesota, and Lemons' own chief tech inspector John Pagel helped out with the roll cage supplies.
The build was a big success and everyone at the show loved it. Well, maybe not everyone.
Hi, I'm Doug Jessup with ABC Ford, and we're at the Auto Show today. Now, I've got a friend who can get it here. Okay, he's got the best, he's got the something I don't got.
I'm going to talk to you today about our wonderful product, Permaseal Car Wax. Permaseal is a wax and a cleaner in one application.
7 slotted grill.
Now, there's nothing terribly exotic about the build itself. The motor is a 1.9-liter Opel that's maybe bored out to 2 liters. It's got a Weber carb, 4-speed manual, cut stock springs, and a set of 15x8 steel wheels.
Yeah, it's a Class C car all day. For those of you not familiar with Lemons classes, Class C is the slowest class, assigned during tech inspection arbitrarily by the judges, and it comes with the most prize money of any of our classes. Why? Because we want to encourage unusual builds like this one.
Every second you don't subscribe or watch one of these videos, another Vega is sent to the crusher. Won't you help us save Classic?